Infinitives. Words that express an action or tell us what a person is, was, does, did, or has, had, are called verbs. Examples: Ruskin Bond is a famous author. He has a house in Missouri. He has written many stories for children. In the above sentences, is, has written, and has are verbs. These verbs tell us that the subject, Ruskin Bond, is a famous author, indicate action, has written, and what he possesses, has a house. Transitive and intransitive verbs. Points to remember. Verbs may be transitive or intransitive. A transitive verb requires an object to complete its meaning and indicates an action which passes over from the doer to an object. Example: found the necklace. I found the necklace. Transitive verb, object. The action of the subject, I, passes on to the object, the necklace. Some transitive verbs take two objects and are called ditransitive verbs. One object is direct and the other is indirect. The direct object relates to the verb and is directly affected by it. An indirect object indicates the person who benefits from the action or receives something as a result of the action. Examples: he gave the bag to the porter. Transitive verb, direct object, indirect object. She gifted the book to me. Transitive verb, direct object, indirect object. An intransitive verb does not require any object to complete its meaning. Example: the dog jumped. Subject, intransitive verb. Sometimes an intransitive verb which does not require an object requires a word or group of words to make complete sense. This word or group of words is called a complement. It refers to the subject of the sentence. Examples: Lata Mangeshkar sings melodiously. Subject, verb, complement. Subhash Chandra Bose was a freedom fighter. Subject, verb, complement. In these sentences, sings and was are verbs. The words melodiously and a freedom fighter are not objects but complements which refer to the subjects in each sentence. Example: she bought an ice cream that was delicious. Verb, direct object, complement. Here, object complement has been used with a transitive verb and it refers to the object ice cream. Note: if you ask what after the verb, you can find out the direct object of the verb. If you ask the question who received it, you can find the name of the indirect object. Linking verbs are verbs which do not point to an action but join the subject and the subject complement in a sentence. Examples: Zoha looks pretty. Subject, linking verb, complement. The cookies taste delicious. Subject, linking verb, complement. Verbs such as forms of be, look, appear, grow, seem, sound, taste, and so on are used as linking verbs. Finite and non-finite verbs. Verbs can broadly be divided into finite and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs are verbs that change according to tense, time of action, the number of people doing the action, singular or plural, or the person, first person, second person, or third person pronouns doing the action. This is explained with the help of given examples. You will note how the form of a finite verb changes. Read the sentences given here. Examples: Rita painted a picture. Rita paints a picture. Rita will paint a picture. Rita is painting a picture. In the above sentences, the verb painted changes according to the time of action. Now read these examples. Rita paints a picture. Rita and Meena paint a picture. In the above sentences, The verb paints changes according to the number of people doing the action. In sentence A single person does the action, so the verb is paints. In sentence B, more than one person do the action, so the verb used is paint. Now read the sentences given below. Examples: I paint a picture. Pronoun I is in the first person. You paint a picture. Pronoun you is in the second person. She paints a picture. Pronoun she is in the third person. In the above sentences, the verb paint changes according to the pronoun used as the subject. With first person pronoun I and second person pronoun you, the verb is paint. With third person pronoun she, the verb changes to paints. In all the above examples, paint is the finite verb. Examples: I walk to the entrance gate. I walked to the entrance gate. I am walking to the entrance gate. They are walking to the entrance gate. She is walking to the entrance gate. She was walking to the entrance gate. You can clearly see that the verb walk changes according to the tense, number of people doing the action and the person, pronoun of the subject. So the verbs printed in bold are finite verbs. A non-finite verb does not have tense. It does not change its form, whatever be the time of action, number of people doing the action, singular or plural, or the person doing the action, first person, second person, or third person. Now, read the following sentences. Examples: She likes baking cakes. I like baking cakes. You like baking cakes. They like baking cakes. She liked baking cakes. He likes baking cakes. In the above sentences, the verb baking has not changed with the time of action. In sentence A, simple present tense is used, whereas in sentence C, simple past tense is used. Note that the verb baking does not change. Similarly, whether one person, she or they plural is the subject, the verb baking remains the same, with pronouns I, she, they, you, first person or second person or third person. The verb baking does not change, so the verb baking is a non-finite verb. It is important to note that the verb like is a finite verb because it changes according to tense, person and number of subject in the above examples. Non-finite verbs are of three kinds: gerunds, participles and infinitives. Kinds of non-finites. Non-finites: infinitive, to a verb, gerund, ing form of the verb, functions like a noun. Participle, ing form of the verb, functions like an adjective. Infinitives. An infinitive is a non-finite verb that expresses an action. It is generally preceded by the preposition to. Sometimes it is used without to and is called a bare infinitive. Read the sentence.